in Sowore, I can welcome them. This is a round of applause. Please welcome our guest, the CEO of Sahara Reporter, Sowore. Please a round of applause. One time presidential fan, the youth ambassador. We welcome you, sir. We welcome you, sir. The dean is here, the dean of the faculty. Please clap for the dean of business. The senior teacher, Corporate Entrepreneurial, please let's keep clapping as we welcome our guest, Uche Gabriel. Please a round of applause as he takes his seat. You are welcome, sir. You are welcome, sir. You are welcome. We are going to start off immediately.
Can we stand for the national anthem? Please, everybody stand up for the national DJ, the national anthem. Please, no movement. DJ, the national anthem.
Your glory, the pride of the land. No, that's in the outside.
I would like to invite the speaker of FASA Symposium to come and give us prayer. Please, you guys there for deputy speaker for the opening prayer.
Please, can we stand up, take the opening prayer?
In the name of the Father, Heavenly Father, we thank you for a wonderful afternoon. We thank you for making it possible for us to gather here today. And we commit today's gathering into your hands. We ask for you to take absolutely control over today's event. And as we stay here today, Lord, we ask that we learn something that will be beneficial to our lives. And as we live here, may we be filled with your grace and knowledge and lead us home safely, especially our guests, in Jesus' name. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. In the name of the Father.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Right now, please permit me to invite our working bee, the man who is into a very serious business. In case you don't know, this man is hardworking, very, very intelligent. Please put hands together for the bee, for his own police bee, Professor Nsukka, the man who is into a very serious business.
distinguished guests for today's mega event, Chief Omoyole Sowore of Sahara Reporters, and Umar Uche Gabriel, Solid FM, other distinguished men and women of the high table, my darling students, lions and lionesses. I think today is a very special day. It's a very special day in the life of that's the part of it. Is it special? Hello. It's a special day in the life of Faculty of Arts, and of course, by extension, the University of Nigeria. Why do I say it's very special? It's very special because we have come to listen to ideas, and you know that ideas rule the world. In fact, without ideas, we cannot go anywhere. As I'm talking, a very important personality is coming in. I'm sure you're familiar with him. He was here last year with us, and he's here again. The doyen of entrepreneurship. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Can you see why I say that today is a very special day? As I was saying, ideas rule the world, and without ideas, there will be no world. We have come to listen to very great minds today as they talk to us about activism, without which the world will be a static place. As they talk to us about entrepreneurship, without which the world will become very, very poor. I thank God that He has made these great minds available to the faculty. I want us to know that we are making history today. We are making history in the sense that we are going to feed from the inexhaustible knowledge of those who have come to talk to us today. I want to use this opportunity to thank FASA Executive, FASA Advisor, and the entire students of this great faculty for making this day possible. You have been doing great things, and this is one of them that we have just added to the cap. One of the feathers, very colorful one, to the cap of the Faculty of Arts. I think I will enjoy you because of the caliber of talks today to make ready your pens and papers so that you do the proper jottings, after which you can ask questions. I am happy that those that are going to talk to us today are practical men, men who are in the field, men who know what is happening out there. So we're not talking about theory this time, and we're not talking about model. We're talking about practicality. People who are practicing. And I believe that if you listen very well, if you make your notes very well, you are likely going to go out from here with something that will make you a human person, a very active person, a very progressive person. Like I've always said, when I look at you, I see hope for Nigeria. When I look at you, I see progress for Nigeria. When I look at you, I see continuous quality improvement for our country. Although we are passing through very, very serious moments in our history, I believe that all these things are meant to form us properly, so that by the time the fruits will begin to come, things will never be the same again in this country. And on this note, I most warmly welcome our visitors, and I pray that the good Lord that has brought them here will continue to energize them, will continue to empower them, will continue to give them His grace and privileges, so that they will move from strength to strength as they try to right the wrongs in the country. And I plead with you. I was expecting this hall to be filled to the brim, because today is a lecture-free day. For those of you who are here, I thank you very much. Students have still been mobilized to come here. Please make good use of this auspicious moment and try to get something entrepreneurial into your being, so that you will be part of the group that will liberate this country. I thank you very much, and God bless you. Please, you can do better than that. We're talking about the dean of this faculty. Please, you can do better than that. Thank you very much, my dean. Next agenda, I want to call on the staff advisor for his address, but he will be presented here by former advisor Dr. E.A. Malcolm. Great persons. If you happy and you know, say amen. If you happy and you know, clap your hands. If you happy and you know, clap your hands. If you happy and you know, and you really want to show. If you happy and you know, say welcome. That's good. So this they welcome our guest officially. I want to stand in for my boss, the current personal advisor. Happen to be a former advisor. He said I should give this speech on his behalf. Let me thank our guest speakers who individuals to accept our requests and that are here to speak to us. Chief Sowore, clap for him. Apostle Namde Ndaibo, clap for him. And then Oma Uche Gabriel of Solid FM. You are highly welcome, and I want also to appreciate the dean who has been there for the students, giving them the necessary support, making sure that things are moving with the faculty. Our dean is really a working dean, that's why he's called serious business. And also other persons here who have come to make sure this is going well, security, and our FO is here. Also you students who also came out to show that you really need this knowledge
because I know that after listening today, it will not be the usual talk we listen, something that will help you not only as a student, but after school. So don't just listen. I would like to have a paper and pen and put down some points. Let me tell you, anything written down is hardly forgotten. Are you aware? Even if it's a memory, but try to write something down. If you don't have a bag there, you don't have a paper there, ask your neighbor to give you a sheet or 2 or 3, then get a pen and write. So as they speak, give them some points and always reflect on them. You know, when I was a student, there was something someone said, do such occasions like this, and that alone helped me a lot. He said that, in fact, he said so many things, but one that was striking to me, he said that nobody can help you except you. Nobody can help you in this world except you and your God. Except you and your God. This statement will be helping me on first degree, second degree, master, PhD, whatever. And it's helping me today. So I want you to pick something that also help you. It's our great desire that this FASA will be special to us in our growth and development, and also create more joy and happiness amongst us as students and also with staff in this faculty. Great FASA! Thank you so much.
Please put your hands together for our staff advisor. Please clap now. Are you hungry? You are filled in Jesus' name. Alright. He said when he was a student, even when I was a student, I used to be like you, sit like you. And when I was in primary school, thank God I'm now in the university. Thank you, sir. Now we are going to our first lecture, which will come from a very handsome man. But before that, we are going to take the citation. I want to tell you about this man, his achievements. Talking about Omar Uchenna Gabriel from Solid FM. The citation will be taken by the FASA Vincent as Nena. Put hands together for her. Please, can we also clap for the associate dean? He's in here. Clap for the associate dean now. You're welcome, ma'am.
Greatest FASA. Greatest FASA. Alright, I'm to take a citation on Umar Uchechukwu Gabriel. He was once a student like you some years back, and then I think it would do us well to listen to some of his achievements before he graduated, and then now that he's already a graduate and where he is currently. Umar Uchechukwu Gabriel, formerly and popularly called the UC, the MC, hails from Egypt. Please, sir, they would love to see the person I'm reading the citation. Thank you, sir. Umar Uchechukwu Gabriel, formerly and popularly called the UC, the MC, hails from Idiawa compound, Asaga or Hofia in Abia State. He was born to the late Mr. and Mrs. Clement and Kelly Umar Ubwe. Uche got married to Blessing in 2008 and they have 3 children, Ika Rima, Obiora, and Ezinde. Born and bred in the University town of Nsukka, he attended community primary school in Sowore. He also attended OP Boys Secondary School, finishing at Universal Secretarial Academy, where he studied a God scholarship to finish secondary school. He proceeded to study music at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, His interest in broadcasting got the first push when he joined IFM and soon became a voice through his then radio program, Vital Issues. An easy show that helped raise issues many would rather sweep under the carpet. To say this program touched thousands of lives would be simply understating the obvious. While in UNM, we conducted seminars which often ran him into debt. That was his humble attempt at making a difference and changing his world, which up to date drives his lives, programs, and initiatives. His next stint at broadcasting on a bigger platform was his 9 months of parallel service at Ebony Broadcasting Corporation, EBBC. He created a formidable team that bettered Sunrise on Salt TV. While at EBBC, he was on both radio and television as a casual worker, receiving the flattering sum of 10,000 naira as allowance and without salary. Fueled by the belief that until the work means more than the pay, it doesn't pay more. He's not one to do shabby work. He's either in or out. At the suggestion of a friend in 2014, he applied to Solid FM, where he excelled and has become a household name in broadcasting space of Southeast. So if you listen to his radio program, can I hear you say, hi? Beautiful. The journey that began some years ago as a junior presenter has seen him promoted to the head of programs Solid FM. Uche Gebre doubles as the manager, programs, and lead anchor for Morning Show alongside Cassie George. He is only referred to as the prince of the airwaves by his teaming fans. In the morning, he is that voice you wake up to every weekday from 5 to 10 a.m. and in the night. He is a show that you lead on in the after dark shows, namely for lovers only, Dreamers Night Out, Dear Diary, and The Live and Morning Show. Monday to Thursday, 10 p.m. until midnight in that order. He is the lead anchor of Freedom Sphere, one of the most distinct socio-political shows of the night, and also the host of the popular quiz show, the Nigerian Game Show. To Uche, being a radio is more than a vocation. Being on radio is more than a vocation. He's a man on a mission. Radio to him is a veritable tool of national transformation, and something of such immense influence should be properly deployed in service to God and humanity. Uche Gebre is a radio educator and beyond radio a motivational speaker and an author of 2 published works, Learning to Learn, Developing Culture, and Lessons on Love. He is currently working on his 3rd and 4th books, Your Self-Esteem Matters and Discover Yourself. He envisions an Africa at the brink of her glory, and on the other side, the promised land. He believes it is time we saw ourselves differently, not through anybody's moleculars of bias, resentment, or prejudice. He envisions a new Africa, one governed by internal principles, inhabited by a new breed who believes in themselves and who taught to respect their foreign counterparts, do not distance themselves. People characterized with independence of thought and action. He is smart, he is articulate, he is the prince of thought and of the elders. That presents to you, Nsukka Gabriel.
Please keep clapping, continue clapping until he gets here. Continue clapping. Abia State, they produce better thing. Abia State, they produce better thing. You are welcome, sir.
All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say it's a big honor to be here. I won't be speaking for long. We have 3 speakers
for a program, then you know not to speak long. The Vice Chancellor, the Dean Faculty of Arts, professors, doctors, and faculty staff, and students of the Faculty of Arts, lions and lionesses. Okay, I wanted to be sure that the lions and the lionesses still rule. Like I said before, I'm honored to be here, and I'd like you to just listen. I don't think I'll do more than 10 minutes, so just listen. Listen as hard as you can. And I hope you know that listening is harder than speaking. Yes, listening is harder. You're doing a harder job than I'm doing now. So just listen for 10 minutes. Give it all your attention. What I'm going to be saying now could just be all you need to ignite, something in you that will change the course of your life. I was born in this town. I grew up here. This is a terrain I'm very used to. And I believe that anybody can become whatever they want to be. Anybody. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. What matters is where you fix your eyes you want to go. And when you start, it's always difficult. But if you persevere, then the walls come crumbling down. Okay, so this morning, I'd like to, for those of us who've been in this space for a long time, just take your mind a little bit back. You will see there was a time, I can't remember the exact year, but there was a time when the University Authority determined to incorporate entrepreneurial studies into the curriculum. I remember, you will remember then. I think they saw something. They began to see a change in the outcomes. I'm sure you know that there was a time when, before you graduated, maybe it belonged to our fathers. Before you graduated, there were jobs already waiting for you. And then suddenly it started to go down. And now we have graduates who are not employed after 10 years of graduation. We also have people who will be better employed, who are just underemployed. And some people say that underemployment is as good as unemployment, because it's another form of unemployment. And the fact is that a lot of us in school are carried away by the euphoria of being in school. We do not understand that this is a space you're going to be in for just a moment. And why are we here? We're here because we ought to be getting ready for what is out there. Okay? And the sharks are out there. I don't intend to frighten you, but these are the realities. So, I was here when they adopted that. But, the funny thing is that what was a new option, what was like one of the options is becoming the main option. I don't know, are we following? I mean, when they said, okay, get a bit of skills so that when you graduate and you can find jobs, you can do this, they were thinking that, okay, some people will get jobs, some will not get jobs. But we have more people not getting jobs. And that's why you see a job space of, let's say, 3,000 is announced, and you get up to 1 million people applying. I don't know, it's crazy. And even people who maybe when they were growing up never dreamt of becoming policemen, now want to be policemen because that looks like the only option. So I want to get you thinking. It's no more one of the many options. It's becoming one of the few options, or the only option. We live in a country where merit has been killed. And you don't get a job because you're qualified. You get a job because you know someone. And if I were you, I would start thinking. Think outside of the box. And we've seen people do it. I remember the story of right here in this university. School will close. This guy from a poor family will just be moving from one computer, then computer was not common.
until he broke MIT's record. Now, the idea of this speech is to wake you up because, look, let me tell you, there are things you needed to do before you got into school. And there are things you must do before you leave school. And if you fail to do them, you will simply wake up after graduation and you don't know what to do about it. So life before school is preparation for life in school. Life in school is preparation for life after school. Every preceding moment is preparation for the next one. Now let me give you an instance. How many of you did composition in primary school? Okay, and then from composition, when we got into secondary school, it was no more composition, it became essay writing. Am I right? Good. Those who did not master composition will definitely not do well with essay writing. Am I right? And they are the ones that want people to write pen paper for them. And if you can't deal with pen paper, how can you deal with the almighty project? So you see, from primary school, they were trying to give you a skill. It's a progressive skill. If you can deal with composition, you can deal with essay, then you can deal with your term paper, and then you can do your project. And believe me, the essence is that out there are plenty of things to write. Those who didn't master it, because it's a skill, it's an employability skill. Are we together? Are you getting what I'm saying? So if you fail to deal with it at that level, it will haunt you in the one that comes. And let me tell you, there are people who will graduate from schools and a primary school girl can write more than they do. That is a big shit. Big shit. Alright, so we need to understand the reality. Now, what percentage of the graduate population actually gets a job? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about that? We actually have more graduates begging than those who have jobs. No, you look at me like you don't understand. Huh? Now look at those who graduated 4, 3, 2 years ago. Where are they? They have jobs. And sadly, the population is not decreasing, it's only increasing. When people don't know what to do, they do anything that they can think of. Then you look at that, and then you look at also, we have also a country that has no plan for their retirees. And it ought not to be so. Now, so it is a novel idea that we're talking about students and entrepreneurship. And my submissions are very simple and straight to the point. One, there is no course that is read. Of course, there are courses that should be done away with. But there is no course that is read in the university that does not have a business dimension. That's my first submission. Secondly, everything you study in the university has a set of skills associated with it. If you're studying English and literary studies, there are skills associated to it, and you don't begin to think about these skills when you leave the shores of university. While you're here, you need to develop it. And if you can write, Sahara reporters can employ you. That's how serious it is. Those who have skills, yeah, they could want a job to augment the little they are getting. But do you know that eventually they don't beg? There are people who, in the comfort of their homes, with social media, they are making money because they are able to use skills on that space. Are you getting what I'm saying? So, you look at what you're studying, ask yourself, what is the reality of this course outside of the university? What is the relevance of the course? What are the skill sets I need to acquire? Let me tell you, nobody is going to respect you after school because you have a big paper you know, that they call certificate. Okay, let me shock you a little bit. I'm manager programs Solid FM. Since I started working 6 years ago, they have not asked me for certificate. It's already a reality, especially in the private sector. So you work in the advertise. Incidentally, sometimes they don't even advertise. So it's also a skill that you can find out that they need people when they are not advertising. That talks about relational skills. It's your friends that will tell you, oh, apply. Now, when you eventually show up, for instance, in a broadcasting outfit, nobody asks you, bring your papers. We don't need your papers. What we need is, if you're going into writing, if you're going to work in the news department, let's see you write. If you're going to work in the broadcasting as a presentation, we just take you to the studio, record you, and then vet it. If you don't stand a chance, we'll simply show you the door. That's why efficiency and effectiveness is more found in the private sector than in government-driven firms. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
So now, it is not tomorrow. I know a professor's son here that did not look for a job one day, and it wasn't because of his father's collection. Because while he was studying engineering at the Faculty of Engineering, he was doing Oracle. In fact, he was teaching his fellow students. So when you go for an interview, they will simply ask you, what can you do? And you show them what you can do. Are we together? So it's simple and straight to the point. What are you studying? What is the relevance of that? You know, sadly, a lot of you are studying a course you don't even know where you can walk after. It just sounds good that you study this and then you jumped in. So begin to examine yourself. I think it was Plato that says, an unexamined life is not worth living. Sit back and say, I'm studying this. What skills do I need to function optimally in the highly competitive labor market? If I don't have a father who can simply make a phone call and get me that job, what skills do I have? While I was sitting here, I was sent something to write. Some of you saw me typing. I was working even while I was inside here. That's how serious it is. So, the life right now is not, I mean, some of you get some money. You're not going to get as much money as you're getting now when you graduate. How many of you know? Huh? So how many of you are saving? And some people will say, how much do you have to even save? Well, how many of you know you don't save because you have a leftover? You save because you want to have a leftover. You don't save because you've solved all your problems. You're saving because you want to be able to gather money enough to be able to invest. And let me tell you, there's something we started doing at the office. Once you come to the office and you have 3,000, you can go and drop it somewhere. You keep dropping it. By December, they will give you back the money. And it's working. So what I'm saying in a nutshell, and I'm closing, is that we can begin to add the dimension of entrepreneurship. And it's simply the business dimension. It's simply the ability to spot. Someone asked me a question the other day. He said, if you leave Solid FM, what are you going to do? I said, I'll simply get digital skills and then capitalize on my ability to speak and write. So the digital skills will simply amplify. And let me tell you, nobody's going to do that for you. You will have to ask yourself what skills you're getting. And let me quickly differentiate between going to school and getting skills. Why going to school affords you opportunity to get the skill, it does not automatically do that. It doesn't. It doesn't automatically do that. So you could be in school, go through school, and not have even gotten educated. And the most educated people all over the world are self-educated. How many of you know what is self-education? You educate yourself. You set your pace. I'm going to get the skill. Now, you don't get the skill in the marketplace. That's why they say a miracle is simply opportunity meeting preparation. I'm ready for it. Now, if they give you an opportunity you're not ready for, you can't do anything with it. But let's say within school, like now, there are people who are learning graphics, there are people who are polishing the ability to speak. How many of you have ever Googled employability skills? How many of you have ever done that? You need to do that. And you'll find out that one of the things you will see is verbal skills. Verbal skills. That's the ability to coherently express yourself verbally. A lot of people don't. Now, is it when you start going for job interviews that you start developing that? You don't develop it on the spot. Writing skills is also there. Numeric skills, there are so many of them. And I can't begin to outline them, but my final word is that when you understand the skills, begin to develop them now. Even while you're in school, someone will pay you to do that. Even while you're in school, you can make money. And I think it's important. A lot of you are waiting for graduation before you can start making money. How many of you are making money in school? Don't lie, you're making money in school. Raise your hand. You see, the number of those who are making money are few. If you're not making money in school, it means that you will also be more confounded when you graduate. You'll be more confused. I don't know, are you with me?
Yeah.
When you graduate and they're no more giving you university pocket money, that's why, you know, while some people think that NYSC is a distraction, some other people think they should make it 2 years. You know why? Those who are already doing something feel like they're interrupted. Those who are not doing something feel like, if I go from here, where am I going to? So I am believing that I've sown a seed that will, because let me tell you, they said when they advise other children, that's when those who don't have a father, that's when they give their own advice. And I am believing that you will begin to think. Okay, let me ask you one more question. How many of you have at least 30 minutes every day when you think? Think, just think. I didn't say sleep. Think, when you just think. How many of you know that the ability to think is a skill? Let me tell you the problem with university education. The problem is that they give you what to think. Most times you're not taught how to think. And if you're taught what to think, that's why, I'm not talking about the professors of faculty, but that's why some professors don't want you to argue with them. You know, abroad, a student argues and says, based on this, I think, so with all due respect, I think there's something wrong with this proposition. But you don't do it here, you will not graduate to it. You will not graduate. That's because they don't encourage thinking. Nowadays, the way they even think, the way they teach in civilized minds, because I'm a learning enthusiast. I run a company called Learning Sphere, so I'm bothered about learning. Now, even children, you don't teach them anymore. It's no more root learning. It's no more, you know, reciting and no. Right nowadays, you simply ask the questions and guide the discussion. Sometimes you even split the class and say, go solve this. And everybody's fine. Now, sadly, when you see a worker in the labor force who, each time they give her an assignment, she starts sweating, it's someone who has not been thinking. Are we together?
Yeah.
So, when are we going to start? Huh? When are we going to start? Now, there's a song I like so much. It's a song by John Legend. It said, the future started yesterday. We are already late. Thank you very much.
Please, I want to stand up as a clap. Stand up. Stand up. Hey! All right, thank you. Mr. Omar Gabriel, I really enjoyed your lecture. Did you enjoy that? If you enjoyed it, make some noise. Thank you. So when we are talking about students that make money while in school, sir, I'm in that category, you know. I talk and I make money. So see you there, I know I'll make more money. In Jesus' name. You talked about we thinking, like we should think. How many of you are thinking now? It depends on what you are thinking about. Don't think about the suicide you want to commit. Please don't think about it. Don't try it. Think about the future. Okay? You said you are starting now, right? I have started. Thank you once again. Alright, moving to the second lecture. Believe me, I'm going to enjoy this one too. I'm talking about a man who has some far one, very handsome man, good looking. When you went to receive him yesterday, I saw the smiles. I said, God, when I grow up, I'll be like this man. Seriously. The way he jumped out of the car, he was like, child, please put your hands together for talking about another person, Mr. Should I call his name? Should I go ahead? Should I go ahead? I'm talking about Chief of one in the Sowore. But we're going to talk the citation. The citation reflecting by FASA Symposium over Nsukka blessing. Come and give a citation of this wonderful man. They are not clapping, no one. When you start giving money, you're not clapping.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, distinguished personalities here present. I'm over 8 minutes and I'll be taking a citation on Mr. Sowore. Okay. Mr. Sowore hails from Ondo State, Odo, Southwest Nigeria. Born on the 16th February 1971 in the Niger Delta region, Kirigo to be precise. Was raised in a polygamous home of 16 children. He studied geography and planning at the University of Lagos from 1989 to 1995. I know you wonder the stretch of the year. There is academic program extended by 2 extra years after being expelled twice for political reasons and student activism. He was elected president at the University of Lagos from 1992 to 1994. Then he was clearly involved in anti-autism and anti-corruption advocacy. He also holds a master's degree in public administration from Columbia University. He is the founder of Sahara Reporters. We actually started in a small group in Manhattan 2006 to fight against corruption and wrong government. He was the presidential candidate of the 2019 general election. With the slogan, take it back.
Take it back. Back.
He's a human rights activist, a blogger, he's a writer, and he's also an adjunct professor. He lectures modern African history at the University of New York. He also post-colonial African history at the School of Arts, New York. He will be lecturing on student unionism, early stage and modern stage. With a standing ovation, I would like us to welcome
Greatest foresights. Greatest foresights. Greatest lions and lionesses. Greatest Nigerian students. I'm delighted to be here at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. I was trying to come here in 1992 for a NAS convention, that's the National Association of Nigerian Students, under the military. In those days, when they heard that we were going to Nsukka to have a NAS meeting, they relayed us at Sowore, police and military, and drove us back all the way to Lagos so that we could not attend that meeting. What was our intention in those days? It was to help foster on Nigeria democracy, but the military was against democracy. I'm here to talk about the history of student unionism in Nigeria, and you'll be surprised that unionism started a long time ago. Student union activism. It started as far back as 1925, but it did not take strong hold until about 1945. And 1948, the University of Ibadan started very legit, solid student activism. And from there, in 1956, they started what is known as NUNS, National Union of Nigerian Students. Nigerian students were respected because of their intellectual acumen. They were feared because of their courage. And they were feted because of their untiring, indefatigable intervention in the life of Nigeria and Nigerians and the continent of Africa. Let me tell you how powerful Nigerian students were in those days. They were not only fighting school authorities, state governments, federal government. Nigerian students were part of the people that fought to put an end to apartheid in South Africa. And you can check your history. So when I'm talking to you, I'm speaking to you with that authority and the knowledge of the latent power you have in you to change the society. I'm speaking with you so that you can understand that when I was your age, when I was 21 years old, I was the student union president of the University of Lagos. But that is not enough to clap for. I was confronting governors, not civilian governors, but military administrators all over the country. I had an office right directly in front of the office of the Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos. The Vice Chancellor stays on the 3rd floor, on the 7th floor of his own office, the 10th floor of the Senate building. I am on the 2nd floor of the University of Lagos Student Union building. One of the most beautiful buildings you can find on that campus today. But the moment we left, the university authorities took away the Student Union building so that we will not be able to monitor what they are doing. The Vice Chancellor used to have his own official car. I had my own official car. It's called Entrepreneurial. He will park his own under the Senate building. I will park my own in front of the Student Union building. He was using a 504 station wagon, saloon car. I was using a 504 station wagon. Yes. You don't want to talk about the silencer of my own car, because deliberately we remove the silencer so that when we are coming to the Student Union building, the noise will be heard all over the campus. And the Student Union leaders have resumed to work the same way the Vice Chancellor has also resumed to his office. We were not rascals, contrary to some of the impressions created in those days. We were intellectuals who had a duty that is not beyond reading books. We had a country to liberate from thugs who were wearing military uniforms. We had democracy to give to our people. And we had inspiration from the likes of who in 1978 led one of the most
vibrant, massive, and militant student demonstration known as Ali Must Go. Do you know who Ali was in 1978? Is Ahmadu Ali, who later became the chairman of the People's Democratic Party under Obasanjo. Just to tell you the fact that not only were students very intelligent, but they were also clairvoyant. They knew who were criminals in 1978, that they would come back and become criminals in 2000. And if we had succeeded in 1978 to get Ali out of the system, perhaps Nigeria would not have been as terrible as it was when Obasanjo came back and put the same set of people together to ruin Nigeria. But beyond that, we also had connections, we had interactions, we engaged. Before Facebook came, we had our own Facebook, but it was telepathy, very telepathic. We had a way of connecting when you see other students. Before WhatsApp came, we had our own WhatsApp way of messaging to ourselves. Before all social media came, we had a way of socializing, but we invented them. The only problem we had was that we did not have that space for our inventions to become commercially successful. The Twitter you are hearing about today started by students in the US who were fighting against imperialism. And some other guys took the idea, ran with it, it became a multi-billion-dollar idea. Facebook is powerful today and respected because people use them for revolution. You have heard about the Arab Spring, right? Not because Facebook promoted the kind of friendship that some of you think it does. It was not until Facebook started to have social political relevance globally that it became adopted by everyone. But what am I here today? I'm here to let you know that you can be an activist, you can be a militant, you can be stubborn as they call it, you can also be a rascal and also be an entrepreneur. Yes, I am an example of that. I did not study journalism in school. I've never been to journalism school before. I studied geography and planning. Such that when I was given admission and I took my admission letter to my uncles, they didn't give me money. They said, who is going to buy maps when you start drawing maps? Why don't you go and do one of those serious courses like business administration, law, or medicine? But what I learned when I was at the university as a student activist, especially concerning mass communication, because for you to be a student leader, effective one, you have to be able to communicate with students, was what led to creating Sahara Reporters with one laptop. And with Sahara Reporters, in a different ways, we were able to overthrow governments. We were able to send powerful politicians to jail, even when the government is reluctant to do it. We were able to, in the history of this country, make ministers resign or be forced to resign from their position. We were able to regulate society and also get the media that normally is very complacent and complicit sometimes to do its job. Because sometimes when they don't want to touch a serious story, they will go and pick it up from Sahara Reporters. And when you ask them where you get the sense from Sahara Reporters, so cannot be real. That is the cover that particular platform provided for even media existence in Nigeria. But I wouldn't have thought about Sahara Reporters if I hadn't been a student activist at the University of Lagos. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I have 2 degrees. Don't clap for me yet, but my most important document in life is my first letter of expulsion from the University of Lagos. Because if they had not expelled me after my 2nd year, I wouldn't have become as rigid and as sound, as clear-minded and clear-headed as I am today. After I was expelled twice,
The university did not know, they didn't allow my records to stay at the department. It was staying with the registrar personally. To the extent that when I got admission into a university in the US to do my master's degree, they went and rectified my transcript to reflect the year I was supposed to graduate, which was 1993. So the dean of the school called me and said, you wrote in your letter to us for admission, your essay, that you were expelled from the university in 1993 and you didn't graduate until 1995. I saw them newspaper records. She now said to me, well, these people knew they were wrong and that you were right. Now they are trying to correct their wrong. So that maybe one day, when justice will be meted to them, they will be able to say that, well, we can see the records now. We graduated in the year he was supposed to graduate. But they didn't graduate me until 1995. Even when I went to do the NYC, which is now what is known as now your suffering continues. You know, they waited for me there and ensured that I was arrested the year I was supposed to get my certificate of exit from the NYSC. Till today, the authorities are still holding on to it. But let me tell you, there's nothing wrong with student activism at all. And as I've mentioned to you, student activism was helpful in bringing about independence, not only to Nigeria, but the continent of Africa. Student activism was helpful in making it possible for you to still have even a university to go to today. Because when Babangida was taking the IMF and World Bank loan in 1989, they wanted to merge universities together, so that only a few universities will be available in Nigeria, so that even courses that you don't have in the Faculty of Arts and don't exist anymore. Courses like philosophy and all those courses, they said it was courses for noisemakers. They didn't want them. So you will not be sitting down today if it wasn't in 1992 an anti-SARS riot that led and forced the military not to implement their policies against education. In those years as well, the National Association of Nigerian Students of blessed memory. You know why you say something is of blessed memory? Is that they used to exist, but is now dead. Had a group of students that drafted what is known as an academic reform. Members of NANS were drafted to even attend constituent assemblies of the nation. They were part of people that drafted the 1979 Constitution. Today, ladies and gentlemen, what is NANS doing? NANS has become a mercantilistic organization that is going around giving awards to even criminals. There's a senator from Ogun State. What is his name again? He is one of NANS BOT members. Buruji Kasamu is a drug lord that is wanted in the US even today. NANS went to his house and gave him an award as the best senator. That is what NANS has become today. NANS is more interested in driving expensive cars. NANS is more interested in flying first class. In fact, NANS leaders are more interested in flying in private jets with politicians than they are interested in the welfare of students today. NANS has become an appendage of both political parties. In fact, today, if you are not a member of APC or PDP, you cannot be a leader of NANS. NANS hold conventions these days that students cannot attend. In fact, there was a year, I think it was about 5 years ago, NANS president, we found out through Sarah that graduated 8 years before, and had become a traditional ruler in the Ghana land. In fact, as the NANS president, he wears the walker around. They don't hide it anymore. But that is not what student unionism is about. And that is certainly not one of the student union activities that I participated in. This is the reason why my talk to you today is not to tell you too many stories. Whenever there is crisis in any nation, the first set of people that must rise up are students. Yes. It is not a privilege, it's a historical duty. So, if you are keeping silence in the face of the mismanagement and oppression that is going on in this country today, you are not doing yourself any good. You are doing a disservice to yourself, your generation and generations that are yet unborn. That is the truth. I don't want to live here having you people clap for me. I don't want to leave you here, you calling yourselves lions, when you cannot kill common chicken. I don't want to live here calling yourself lionesses, and you and sheep are staying using the same bunk bed together. I don't want to live here saying that I get to Lagos and I just came from a lion den, and the lion den that I came from, they are always selling corn in the place. No, I want to live here energizing you and exciting you to be the lion that you used to be. This campus, ladies and gentlemen, is the campus that Chima Ubani came from. You haven't of you know Chima Ubani, the Secretary General of the Campaign for Democracy, who is now late. How many of you know Nsukka? You don't know him. How many of you know Malaki Obama, who spent 10 years victimized on this campus, student leader? You don't know him. So if I ask you, how many of you know Whiskey? Hey! How many of you know Davido? Hey! Honestly, this is not the way things are supposed to be. In fact, I don't think any one of you know how to sing revolutionary songs. Those are not songs we used to sing. They don't make you stupid. You can listen to Davido and still be a student activist. You can listen to Bella and still listen and still be a student activist. But when you are a slave to a culture that is permissive of oppression, then you have a problem. When all you aspire to be is to go and be in the BB Niger house, as opposed to being the president of a country that is serving its people. If all you are interested in is voting in BB Niger and not voting in the student union election, you have a problem. If in the face of institutional incompetence and mediocrity of today, with Buhari in power, all of you are only interested in Facebook and WhatsApp, you have a problem. If at the time there are countries like Sudan, with young people like you, are carrying out revolution, all you are interested in is when is the next time I can win Red Niger, you have a problem. If at this time in Nigeria, that young people, students drove away, an Nigerian president has been sick for 82 years and was running for election, they were able to force him out of power. And all you are interested in is when they say great lions, like, you're not even round anymore. How can lions be sounding like sheep? Yes, I said I want to leave this place. I want you people to hate me when I leave this place. Yes, because let me tell you the truth. Let us Nigerian students. Let us Nigerian youths. Thank you very much. Now I can feel you. When I walked in here, I was wearing a suit. It was to deceive the security so that they would allow me to talk to you. Because if I dress suspicious